Understanding your catchment. Class 1. 1. Understanding your catchment. What to do to gain control, influence and recognition in your working environment. In human geography, a catchment area is the area from which a location, such as a city, service or institution, attracts a population that uses its services and economic opportunities. Catchment areas may be defined based on from where people are naturally drawn to a location, for example, labor catchment area, or is established by governments or organizations for the provision of services. Governments and community service organizations often define catchment areas for planning purposes and public safety, such as ensuring universal access to services like fire departments, police departments, ambulance bases and hospitals. In business, a catchment area is used to describe the influence from which a retail location draws its customers. Types of catchment areas. Catchments can be defined relative to a location and based upon a number of factors, including distance, travel time, geographic boundaries or population within the catchment. Catchment areas generally fall under two categories: those that occur organically, i.e., de facto, catchment area, as people are naturally drawn to a location, and those that are established and modified by entities such as local governments or organizations. Catchment area boundaries can be modeled using Geographic Information Systems (GIS). There can be large variability in the services provided within different catchments in the same area, depending upon how and when those catchments were established. Identification of de facto catchment areas. GIS technology has allowed for the modeling of catchment areas, and in particular those relating to urban areas. Based on travel time between rural areas and cities of different sizes, the Urban Rural Catchment Areas (URCAs) is a global GIS dataset that allows for comparison across countries, such as the distribution of population along the rural-urban continuum. Establishment of catchment areas for a specific service. Catchment areas may be established for the provision of services. For example, a school catchment area is the geographic area from which students are eligible to attend a local school. When a facility's capacity can only service a specific volume, the catchment may be used to limit a population's ability to access services outside that area. In the case of TLSID catchment area, members are drawn from the geographic area from which they are eligible to belong and benefit from the foundation. Strategies for gaining control, influence and recognition in your working environment. In nearly any social setting, it can be easy to identify who has influence and who doesn't. Influential people stand out by easily capturing attention. They can persuade others to agree with them and draw respect from those around them. Influence is a form of power in any situation, and especially in the workplace. People with influence at work tend to be more trusted and recognized. Therefore, the following strategies can help. Build connections. Take the time to make one-on-one connections with the right people across the catchment area. Listen first. Check your body language and tone. Consistency. Be assertive. Be yourself. Be flexible. Follow through. 1. Build connections. Take the time to make one-on-one connections with the right people across the office. This includes coworkers in other departments and people at various levels in the community. 2. Listen first. Listening is a big part of communication and learning how to influence others. Whether you already know your stance on a discussion topic or not, take the time to listen. Hearing others' thoughts before launching into a persuasive argument can help you bond. For starters, your mind may change. And more importantly, you'll help others feel heard and acknowledged. 3. Check your body language and tone. As much as possible, show others that you're listening. Ask questions and give other people the time they need to form and express their opinions. 4. Consistency. Be someone others can rely on. Consistency is an important part of reliability. When people don't feel that they can count on you to deliver or be on time, they won't trust you with other important tasks. Instead, make yourself indispensable to meeting company goals by being trustworthy and reliable. 5. Be assertive. It's important to form opinions and make sure your ideas are heard. But don't be too forceful in how you communicate. Always be open to other ideas from your audience. 6. Be yourself. Be honest, transparent, and open with your coworkers. People appreciate a certain level of vulnerability and authenticity in others. It also makes you more relatable and makes it easier to build meaningful friendships. 7. Be flexible. Part of having an opinion and listening to others is being willing to bend or compromise. If the group doesn't agree with your stance, be comfortable agreeing and moving forward with another plan. This is also part of putting the company goals before your own. 8. Follow through. Actions speak louder than words. Don't just express your opinions. Follow through with the steps that will move the company forward. And finish every job you sign up for. This helps show others that you share their goals and makes you a more effective leader. 9. Help others out. Part of influencing others is being willing to help them. You might look for opportunities to do favors for them. It is more important to be generous when someone asks for your perspective, needs a word of encouragement, or is seeking direction. Connect people to resources, groups, or leaders within and outside the organization that they might not be aware of when you can. What to avoid when building influence at work. When learning how to build influence anywhere, there are a few places where it's easy to take a wrong turn. Keep these tips in mind to know what not to do when building influence. 1. Don't close yourself off to criticism or take things too personally. It's important for people to feel that they can speak their minds to you. They should be able to provide constructive criticism without making you defensive. 2. Don't be unavailable. Try to show that you're available and interested in people across all levels. This includes people with titles above and below your position. The more connections you have, the greater your sphere of influence will be. 3. Don't be distracted. Digital distractions are constantly working against your quest to build influence. First, the constant availability of online content means we see each other less often. And then when we do interact with other people, phones and laptops are often physical and mental barriers to deep conversation. Cut through the digital noise and make it a point to put away distractions when you're with important people. This helps make sure that they feel heard and that their time is valued. 4. Don't use uninviting body language. Physically, how we stand sends a clear signal to others about our interest in and openness to them. Having your arms crossed, avoiding eye contact, or looking down indicates that you want to be left alone. Instead, open your body up and use a friendly face to make eye contact. In summary, these helpful acts won't be forgotten, even if you're not praised or even acknowledged at the moment.